I wasn't fucking recording.
Oh, what? No, that's all good. We'll just restart.
Everybody tuning in right now, thank you for watching the first ever creator series of Day in a Life. Today, I am here with
Griffin Ransom.
Thank you so much, Griffin. And for people that don't know, he has been on the show before, 2 years ago, but you know, so much stuff has happened in life. We just gotta get another one. I mean, what have you been up to, Griffin?
Recently, I've been working on a clothing brand and trying to really focus in and trying to up my composition and editing for my video and photography work. But yeah, I've been trying to just do a lot of things at the same time, and it's a lot to juggle.
But so for the people that never seen the interview 2 years ago, because time has definitely moved on, explain real quick who you are and what you do.
So I make videos, I do photography, I do sewing, I've dabbled into music, and then I do some painting every now and then. But I think it definitely all started off from my YouTube phase when I was in 6th or 7th grade. My friend Carson kind of brought the idea in my mind, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is great. Because I feel like everyone my age has kind of grown up on YouTube, I feel like.
Definitely,
so
yeah.
Just thinking oh my gosh, I can do that thing that I've been watching all these years. That's so cool. And so we started making really goofy skits and random vlogs, and then that transitioned into these unboxing videos where I was honestly sending emails out to these companies through Amazon, and then every now and then I would receive some product, and then I would make a absolutely atrocious video. And to be honest, I don't know why those businesses send stuff to me, but honestly, I don't think I would be where I am without that. So
yeah, that's
very appreciated.
Yeah, that's super dude that you got some stuff, but. Being so young, I mean, everybody on YouTube that you were watching was a lot older than you. How did you get the confidence to start posting at such a young age? Weren't you afraid of people making fun of you or something?
Honestly, I've always kind of not really cared what society or the people that you're around all the time have to say about you, because I mean, at the end of the day, when you go to bed at night, it's just you and your thoughts. So feel like what you be doing, whether that's trying to do stuff to please other people or for yourself, those thoughts that you have at night is gonna show that, So I mean, you just have to I've always just been true to myself, not really care what anyone else thinks. I'm living life for me. I'm not, living life out how society wants me to, or shit, even how my parents want me to. You just have to want to live life to the fullest and know that you only have one shot at this life journey we're in. So you just gotta make
YOLO.
YOLO. You gotta be lit. You gotta go out, experience crazy shit, take all the opportunities that are thrown at you.
Yeah, well said. Yeah. So while you're doing all this YouTube stuff, making content, did your love of making fashion come at the same time, or was that a different phase of your life?
It was kind of in the same era. I think probably in the unboxing phase era. It was, and then I think that was around 2016, 2017, and I think a lot of people watching this video can definitely relate to that love and all the hype that was towards the 2016, 2017 hypebeast era with Supreme, Bape, and then ever since then, I've honestly just kind of had my eyes on the fashion industry, whether that's, streetwear or trying to find interesting designers that are doing completely new and innovative things, or people who are finding one thing, tweaking it a little bit and making it their own, there's so many different routes in fashion, and I mean, shit, you can say that for any other craft, but there's so many different intricate niches that you can learn from and learn so many different things.
For sure, yeah. And going back, if you can remember, what was your first piece you ever made?
My first piece I ever made, it was a brown checkered tote bag with 5 different hues of brown. The pattern, it was a 5x5 square grid, and then just with a brown khaki strap. So yeah, I mean, it was for it being my first thing, it was pretty impressive, to be honest. I mean, I've kind of I had my sewing machine for 3 to 4 or 5 months before I actually used it, so I was watching videos every now and then, so I kind of had an idea of how the fundamentals of sewing worked, so I didn't go in completely blind or anything.
Yeah.
But there was a simple video I watched on YouTube where it was just 4 squares, not 5, 4 squares, and then just a strap, and then you just got to sew those together in a specific way, and then you make a bag. But like, the thing that I find so interesting about sewing is that square and that strap, like it can be whatever you want it to be. Like, you can add as many pockets, as many different like materials, pockets. Like, there's so many different endless possibilities for you to do.
Let's dive into that. What are your inspirations before you? Because you said you definitely didn't go into it raw. So who were you watching? Who did you look up to when you're going into this? Making clothes and stuff. I'm
gonna spit some rare ass names here.
Yeah,
okay, we got Blazendary. First off, we got the Star Life. We got, I think his name was Harrison Neville. Those are the 3 I can think of off the top of my head where they were like just making really crazy and fashion content that was just so extreme, and it was like buying like $50,000 mystery boxes. It's like your average Joe is not gonna go out and spend 50 racks on some clothes and they don't even know what they're gonna get. Like, that's just absolutely absurd and insane.
But it's good content though.
Yeah, no, regardless, like, it's entertaining. So I mean, like, at the end of the day, that's what content is, like entertainment. So
you were watching these content creators that were fashion?
Yeah. I mean, like, they were always like buying the new Supreme and Bape drops and stuff. And then, that kind of got my eye on the whole fashion scene. Then I was like, oh, like, there's more than just, like a Supreme Box logo hoodie and the zip up shark Bape hoodie. So, I started diving in deeper, looking, just going out on Instagram or TikTok, or, just scrolling on TikTok, and then an interesting brand pops up, and, you click on it, you see what they got. I was buying from a lot of really small brands throughout like my junior and senior year. So that was before I started everything. I was already, supporting people who are in the shoes I'm in now, who were in those shoes 2 years ago. So I mean, like, I'm always just trying to support like the small, and not even local artists, but just like small artists, because
definitely.
I mean, like, they're doing the same thing that the corporations are doing. They're just like, they're paying themselves correctly, instead of some corporation going across the globe where the labor laws are skewed, and those people, like, their time isn't as valued as it is here. Like,
no, but real quick, you don't have to dive into this, but do you think big fashion brands like Louis, Supreme, do you think that they use cheaper material versus the stuff like independent people like you make?
I mean, sometimes, like, I mean, for the really expensive stuff, I mean, Louis Vuitton, like, they're not, like, going out and getting, like, bullshit leather. I mean, I've never touched a Louis Vuitton bag, but I know that they're not on bullshit.
Right, because it's like $5,000, but it's got to be profit margins,
and it's like, people have been buying their shit for 30, 40 years. I mean, like, they're doing something right. Is it overpriced? Yeah, but like, at the same time, I would assume that they're also using high quality goods, and like, that goes for a lot of other brands. But I mean, there's also brands that are cheaping the fuck out, who are like, selling these like $5-6 t-shirts or whatever, and I mean, like, they're made on the other side of the globe, and like, again, like I said earlier, like, these people are just taken advantage of because like they have no other option. So like, what are they gonna do? Starve? Like, they don't have an option. That like, that's what they're gonna do, unfortunately. And so, you
gotta hope something changes. But speaking of fashion brands, let's talk about your own fashion brand. When did you start Angel Lust, and what was inspired behind the name, and why did you want to start your own brand?
So honestly, a really big inspiration to start my own brand was one of my now friends, Corey Infinite. I just saw him on TikTok, and I just saw him on TikTok when he had like a few thousand followers, and he's just been cooking up, going to the thrift store, making random pieces all over the place, from masks, hoodies, jackets, pants, shorts, like from all, like, not even just fabrics. Like, he's using keyboards, all sorts of stuff. Like, he's definitely been a huge, massive inspiration to like just going out, making use of what you have, and stop making fucking excuses and just get to work. Like, because at the end of the day, like, all you got to do is just stop making the goddamn excuses, because there's infinite what ifs. Like, you can say, oh, like, come up with excuses or negative what ifs. Like I mean, I can sit here on this microphone and talk about that till I rot.
Right, you can
like,
come up with any excuse for everything.
just do it. Like, stop making excuses. Like, just do it. Like, it's gonna feel good once you do it. Once you get some cool shit done, it feels really good, and people are gonna say some cool shit to you every now and then. That shit also feels good, you know. So,
how big of an influence or role would you say of that like little small community in Kansas City impacts your fashion game now? You know, how would you say that influence
they're
plays?
honestly like a huge motivator, and I'm in a little group chat with Corey and Crash and some other guys, and Joey and Dylan. It's called Infinite Family. And there's like probably 50 people in there all over the country, and like we all just show love and support from each other, and we're all probably like age 17 to like 30ish, and so we're all majority of us are all artists, just, you know, trying to make our way in the world, just struggling together, getting through shit together, and supporting each other when we can. Like, it's honestly the most beautiful community I've been a part of, and yeah, I wouldn't be where I am today without it.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense, and I'm happy that you found a community that definitely fits your style. But let's go back to Angel Lust and talk about that. So, with your material that's out now, what material do you use, and what's your favorite material personally?
Yeah, so right now I mostly use like thrifted goods. So, you know, I'll go to a thrift store, and yes, I'm gatekeeping. Or, you know, I'll go to Kansas City and I'll go to the bins, you know, and if anything just sparks my eye, if it's, you know, a cool piece of clothing that I can add to, or a piece of clothing that I can cut up and then, you know, turn it into something else. So, you know, whenever I'm there, my brain's just, you know, always on 1,000 miles an hour. My brain's just looking at things like, what can you do with that? What can you do with that? Just, you know, faster than I can even think or say. And then one of my other favorite materials would definitely have to be denim, just because it's super thick. It's super easy to work with. The blues and blacks that you can get are absolutely gorgeous. The fading, the distressing you can do with it, like, it's definitely one of my favorite materials. Definitely. It's just super easy to work with. Again, super thick.
Yeah. Real quick, just like give me like a quick 5-second answer. What do you feel about denim jackets? You fuck with
denim jackets? 10 out of 10. Okay. Blank canvas.
That's awesome. That's all we needed. Let's talk about the pants though. You know, what you got on. How long did that take you to make, and, you know, what's the inspiration behind those pants?
Honestly, for these pants, I was just trying to just throw a lot of random shit on some pants because I thought it would be cool, just super clashy. For the time, probably like 2 to 3 days. I honestly don't really keep track of the time I spend, even though I definitely should.
So when you're making clothes, though, before we go back to the pants, is it like you be working on multiple pieces in a day, or you work on like one piece for a couple hours and you go on another?
I try my best to keep like just one project at a time, but every now and then again, like if I have a really big project, I'll get burnt out on it, which I think happens with just creative process across the board. So, you know, I'll start doing something else, or I'll go hang out with my homie Jag out in Ann Arbor, and then we'll start we'll screen print or spray paint something, and definitely just all the different creative juices. You just got to get them flowing.
Right. I don't know, but I'd imagine though, like obviously like a sweatshirt would take a lot longer than a ski mask. So like a ski mask would probably take you what, 30 minutes or no?
I mean, again, like I said with the tote bag, like it's two shapes that are just like that with a little hole with an eye slit in one of them. So I mean, like again, you can grab a tapestry, cut it out in that shape, cut it out in that shape, cut two of them out, sew them together, cut the holes, and you're done, and you can be done in 10 minutes. Or, you know, I have this one mask where I did a lot of like zigzag work or zigzag stitch work with it, and I spent probably like 10 plus hours on the mask. So I mean, you know, like you can spend as much or as little time as you want on a piece, and it shows.
Yeah, it definitely does show. Okay, so I was really curious about asking you this question. So obviously right now you're independent fashion, but have you ever thought about working for a big corporation to like sponsor your pieces, or how would you feel about a company reaching out for you to like kind of like a sort of contract situation where you work for them for like 2 years and then you make a certain piece of clothing? Would you be interested in that?
I think it would have to be the right deal, and I wouldn't have to be getting fucked over. So I mean, and I'm only 20, so I don't really know how those contracts really be working. Definitely. So, you know, I'm not gonna sit down for 10 minutes and explain all the details, but like, I definitely would want, to make money off of every single individual garment sold, and I would assume it would be, me designing pieces and then they mass produce said pieces, whether they're cut and sewn or it's just a simple screen printed design. So,
Right,
I mean,
yeah.
again, there's an infinite amount of avenues just in that
Definitely.
world to go
Yeah.
through. So,
And obviously you haven't thought about it too much, but like something like, what are you more interested in, like for the mainstream wise? Would you rather sell your stuff to people that go to Kohl's or people that definitely shop at like higher end stores? I don't know what those stores are, but maybe like H&M type of shit.
Yeah. No. I think I want to kind of be in both worlds, to be honest. So like some pants like these, I'm gonna charge $150 to like, I don't even know,
$250,
whatever. Like, and so and then on some screen printed T-shirt, it's only gonna be like $30 to $40 to $50, or a simple screen printed hoodie for $70, $80.
Walk me through the business side of ethics of your company. Like, how do you make sure your products are like ethically produced? If that makes sense.
Whenever I can, I always try to use like recycled or upcycled goods. So I always go to the thrift stores, which are just goods that people just give away. And so I use those, and then also some of my parents' friends, they like I like to make clothes and stuff, so they'll give me a trash bag full of clothes instead of giving it to a Goodwill, and I have a bunch of bags of those, and I'm gonna use them up.
So do you ever worry about like social trends when it comes to making clothes, and like I feel like I have to make a piece about this, something like that?
Honestly, not really, or at least
like has fans ever asked you been like, make a Black Lives hat, or something like that?
Yeah, I mean, there's been people are gonna tell you to make like random shit all the time, but I mean, every once in a while, there's always like a few comments of like, oh, you should make this, or there was one time where I made a jean pant bag, like a bag made out of jean pants, and then one of my friends, like, he commented, he was like, yo, you should make a fanny pack out of jeans. So like, I mean, like, that's the only like significant one, and like I wouldn't really think that's following a trend per se, but I don't know, I feel like I'm not really drawn to trends like with the actual product, but like marketing, like that's a whole different conversation.
Right, okay. So how do you stay with the current trends while trying to stay like with your own original flow?
So really with like the trends that I do, it's kind of like this style of post. So I mean, like, every week there's a different type of video that's getting millions of views on TikTok or Instagram, because it's different for both platforms. So I mean, I'm always trying to kind of reach into that area of adding a little bit of spice of the trend, like whenever I can.
Can you give an example?
I know on TikTok there's like these stupid like CapCut templates, and like with like some stupid video, and you throw in like a picture or whatever, and I'll just like throw in one of my products. It's super lazy, but every now and then it works. So.
Yeah. So then how do you keep staying motivated while through the competitive industry?
I'm not motivated all the time, but I mean, like,
motivation comes and falls.
Yeah, no, 100%. I mean, with each different like creative outlet, it kind of comes and goes. So I mean, one of the ways that I do that is just, what was the question?
I feel like a better question would be, how do you pace yourself? Because we just said motivation comes and falls. So how do you not burn yourself out?
Whenever I kind of know I'm at burnout when like it's exhausting to like go out of my way to do said task. So like if that's coming down in here and sewing or editing pictures or going on and taking pictures or filming a music video or doing whatever, like after I do it for a while in a small like period of time, it just doesn't really feel the same anymore. So I kind of got to take a break, and then I'm still thinking about it on the back burner and stuff. So when I do come back to it, I'm ready to get back on it. So
right, and then that way you're fully focused and fresh, and it has your 100% detail.
Yeah.
Because as a creative person, do you feel like if you're at, let's say, like you're not obviously at 100%, but you're above 50%, is that still worth working on you? I mean, you have to be at 100% every time to be working on a project.
I mean, I don't know if this is what you mean by it, but I feel like 100% is almost just like being at a perfect level of like motivation, and like So I mean, not everyone's gonna be like that 100% of the time. Like,
Right.
So I almost feel like it's almost not authentic to only work when you're at like your best, because just working through the ups and downs, because that shows that you're really passionate about it. Because like, I don't know, if you're only doing something when you're quote unquote really good at it. I mean, like, who knows, when you're sad and down bad and you're working on something, who knows, that sadness might bring you some like
Greatness.
inspiring idea to put into something, and then it's greatness, and you get happy from that. So
Right. So yeah, if your dog dies, go to work the next day.
yeah, I mean, I don't know about that, but yeah.
No, but walk me through your creative process. What's a day in the life for Griffin? So what are you doing first thing when you wake up?
I wake up, to be honest, I go on my phone for a little bit, gotta look on Instagram, get some inspiration for the day, whether that's, some sewing, photography, video. I follow a lot of really cool artists, and in Instagram and TikTok know that I like art, so they'd be throwing cool art shit at my page. And so, look at that in the morning, get some inspiration, or maybe I open a chat from the infam, see something fire, I'm like, ah, shit, I gotta do something.
Yeah.
So, whether that's coming down here, working on a video that working on a video I'm sitting on, or like right now, working on the website and trying to figure out that bullshit.
Right.
But yeah.
What time would you say you usually start working?
Honestly, it kind of depends on how I'm feeling, because some days I'll wake up and I'm anxious to get in the lab or whatever's going on. But, I'll be anxious, I'll get up and I'll go right to it, and I'm just on 10 right away. Then, some other days I like to chill for a little bit longer, maybe play some video games for a little bit, shower, eat, take my time and not rush into it, but
Right.
still get into it. But that would probably be around noon if I am going that route,
Right. Yeah.
Or I would just wake up and go to work.
Wake up. Yeah.
So
Realistically, wake up, clock in, lock in.
yeah, that's some real shit.
You're
That's
right.
some real
That's
shit.
what I just thought of. But anyways, I was just thinking so when it comes to you already mentioned Instagram and stuff, but what are other ways that you come up with ideas for clothing ideas, masks, all that stuff?
Honestly, I kind of just I have a very visual brain, so whether I'm hearing a song or let's just use that for an example, all right? Right? I'm hearing one of my friend's song we're using a music video for. I'm seeing shots in my brain as the song is playing. And so, I'll be looking at my materials and I can say, and I'll think, oh, I can use this for this. I can make this out of that. Honestly, just looking at what I have, a bunch of visualization is happening in my brain, and I'm just kind of picking and choosing the shit that's cool.
Yeah.
So.
What other ways? Just you said music.
For the music stuff, it's kind of like what I just said. I listen, I kind of see some cool shit. I take some mental notes, and we pick a cool location that kind of fits the vibe, or it has some memories that kind of associate with the song. And then, we go around there, we walk for a little bit, scout it out, and then just kind of go from there. And sometimes I just wing it without even scouting, and just, you see cool shit, you take a shot, and it's all on the fly. A lot of my music videos are completely on the fly, absolutely zero shot list whatsoever. Just straight up going out and filming cool shit and throwing it together. That's literally it.
On a random note, how influential would you say Instagram is for fashion industry, clothing, all that stuff?
Honestly, it probably is the most influential source out of all of the infinite amount of sources of that, but
on the internet.
Yeah, but probably definitely
it's the number
Instagram.
One,
yeah.
Would you say it's the most influential social media
app? For me, yes. For the world, no. And I think you already know what the world one is.
Reddit?
I don't even think I have to say it. Fucking
YouTube,
TikTok.
TikTok? Oh.
Yeah, I mean, I feel, dude, that app has our generation by the fucking
it has old people too.
throat. It has the population by the goddamn throat. On a little detour here, I'll be scrolling, I see a funny comedian, right? I watch the whole 1.5 bit, okay? I scroll again. It's another comedian video. Why? Because it knows I just watched the entire length of a comedic video. And so then, if you don't want to see comedy more, you just keep scrolling through that shit, or you just refresh it, and then it's new shit, and then you see something funny, you watch the whole thing, you like it, you interact with it, you scroll more funny shit. Like, it knows exactly what you want to see in that time.
That's
like,
why I watch
it's
cars
so
crashing into each
smart.
other.
Like,
were you ever into Tumblr?
Nope.
No,
Never downloaded it. No,
but you knew what it was though, right?
Not really. Like, to be completely honest, not really. I don't really know how it works, or like what the community was like, or any of the special features. No idea. Absolutely blind.
But let's talk about the future. What are some of your future goals in the next couple of years?
Definitely one of the really cool things that I want to try to do is start a line called Designed by Ransom, and it's basically like maybe some cut and sewn pieces and like screen printed pieces that are just manufactured somewhere else, but I designed them, and as like a way for me to possibly get out of the rut of having to have a job to get some of that, to get a little bit of like passive income, if you want to call it that.
Right.
But yeah, that, and then I possibly want to start doing a lot more like photography and video stuff, and trying to create like a cool catalog of my own, like something kind of like Lyrical Lemonade, but like obviously it's gonna be like my own thing, but like same principle,
format, something like that. Yeah. Any future collaborations you're excited about?
Right now I'm in the talks of a collaboration with a very talented photographer out in Vancouver. And then her name is Claire. She's given me some really cool materials. I made an NHL vintage jacket with some really cool logos. She gave me that. And then she gave me this really cool Smurf like material too, which I've yet to use. But yeah, I'm gonna send some pieces out to her in the near future, and she's gonna take some really cool pictures. And then there's also this DJ. I think his name is DJ Leaf. I know his name is Colin, but he's out in Calgary. He's in the Infam group chat, and
that's in Canada.
Yeah.
Okay, I was like,
yeah, and we were gonna go crazy on a pair of pants. And so
you're working on that. Okay, that's exciting.
Yeah, in the talks of that. I mean, I don't know. Just kind of like whenever it happens, because I don't like to like put people under pressure. Because like he just started like DJing at like raves and concerts and shit. So like he got a whole other world.
Right. He's gotta
do
that. He's gotta focus on that for sure.
But shout out, bro.
He's a
homie.
DJ Leaf. I like the rave concert scenes. Those are fun. What are some misconceptions about being a fashion designer or owning your own fashion label that people don't know about?
That it's a get rich quick scheme, because it's not.
That's drop shipping though.
That's basically what a lot of people do with clothes, except they design it and it's not real, like they charge way too much.
Right.
So there's that that like it's super easy and enjoyable all the time, because like you aren't gonna want to wake up every day and then just want to go make TikToks or Instagram reels and stories and posts and send and give people shit for free so they can promote it and wear it and tell their friends about it and stuff like that. I mean, like, not saying that that's not enjoyable, but like it comes at a financial loss at the end of the day. And when you're a small like business clothing brand owner, you don't have a lot of money to like just throw out your brand. Like I don't have shit to throw on my brand. Like I already have hundreds of pieces right around me. I just gotta put the pieces together. Like so I mean, and again, that is a different route. Like obviously the way I'm doing it, it's not a get rich quick scheme. Obviously, no shit, I have to do everything with my own hands, and I'm not charging thousands of dollars for everything like other handmade artists are. Like I haven't even charged over $300 for a piece yet, and I've put 20 plus hours into multiple pieces. And some artists would charge thousands for that shit, and I'm not even charging 400.
So people need to understand that that there is a risk, huge risk, of taking it. It's not like what you said, a get rich scheme. Like you can't expect to put out a couple pieces for $200 and make $10K like every day.
It's like, because like the right people have to see it, and again, and they have to want to buy it. They have to want and have the money to buy it, and then for crazy shit like me, they have to have the balls to wear that shit, because a lot of the stuff I make, like, it's pretty out there, and like the average Joe could not like just throw that shit on. Definitely like, I mean, like they can, but people are gonna, I don't know, it's just not gonna like feel the same, you know what I'm saying?
Not. Yeah, it's not like, you know, your typical Walmart, you know, type of shirt, you know,
like white t-shirt type shit, or a graphic t-shirt. Like,
I'm not saying it's wrong, but you know, it's just different levels to, you know,
100%
stuff. Yeah. No, your shirt's awesome. Get on camera real quick. Your shirt's cool.
Nah. Bro, y'all gotta peep this man's fit right now.
It's okay. Just enough
Just keep it.
Yeah.
Like, this shit is hard as hell.
That's a good shit.
Like, Beavis and Butthead, simple fit, hard fit.
Appreciate it, bro.
Yes,
right,
sir.
now get off.
Cameraman throwing fits like a newborn out here, bro.
So, can you give us some insights of, like, you know, behind the scenes stuff? Can you talk about it? You know, what are some behind the scenes works that people don't really know about in the public?
I mean, again, to kind of dip kind of into the last question a little bit, like, for me, I don't have a lot of money to throw at this thing, so I'm doing absolutely everything by myself. Like, absolutely everything. Like, setting up the websites, editing the videos, taking majority of the pictures. Sometimes I have my friends edit and take the pictures, which saves me a little bit of time. But you know, I'm editing the videos, editing most of the pictures.
You're hiring models for your own shoots.
No, like finding people that want to model and that are the same size as my clothes, which I did not really even think about. It's a bitch.
Yeah.
Because everything, again, is one of one. It's not like I have a hoodie and I can get extra small to triple X. I have one.
Right.
I have one.
And you have to fit that.
I mean, like, and like it can fit oversized, but like a lot of my stuff is small, medium, and like not a lot of people can throw that on. Like a small or a medium hoodie, just because, you know, I mean, like, that's for me, and I'm small. I'm 5'7", and I don't even wear medium, so like,
yeah. So that's definitely a struggle, though.
Yeah.
Doing a lot of that stuff.
Yeah.
So have you thought about outsourcing and hiring a team? Is that something you would like to do?
When I have the money to throw out the brand, 100%, and preferably it would be like a friend or something. So I would be like, you know,
so it's
financially supporting my homie and my homie helping me, you know, just helping the homies up, bringing the homies up type shit.
But when you do have financial backing, it's gonna stay relatively a small team.
I mean, I think so. Like, I want it to be like, obviously there's gonna be like the manufacturer that I got the plug hookup with, that's gonna be making my stuff. So yeah, like there's gonna be, you know, all those guys overseas or here, and they will be paid fairly, and it's not going to be some sweatshop where people aren't getting breaks or anything. It's going to be completely ethical, I promise.
100%, hell yeah.
But it's going to be that whole team over there, and then it's going to be, you know, me, my marketing guy, probably going to have to get a camera guy at some point, because as much as I would love to do everything, it's not realistic for me to, like, so yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's good, yeah. Give some shout outs out.
Shit, man. I got my homies in the M fam. We got the homie Corey. We got the homie Crash. We got Nima. We got Joey from Montreal. We got we got Aaron out in Virginia. Then, off the top of my head, that's all I can think of off the top of my head. If you think I should have said you, I'm sorry, and I love you.
Hey, yeah, there you have it. Well, he loves you. I love you too, guys. If you're watching it, made to the end, make sure to go follow Griffin, all his stuff. Make sure to go buy his clothes if you can afford it. Make sure to stay up with his YouTube channels too, right?
Yes, sir. I mean, I'm gonna try to kind of stay active. Oh, one more announcement. Within the next week or so on Corey Infinite's YouTube channel, there's gonna be a video of the trash cleanup that he did in the West Bottoms like 2 weeks ago, and it's gonna be footage from my camera, my phone, and then my homie Colton out in Kansas City, Colton Greenwood, legendary videographer. He brought a really cool old camera with some like VHS style footage. So I got like three different camera shots in that. And it's going to be like, I don't know, around 10 minutes long. And it's pretty sick.
On your YouTube?
No, it's going to be on Corey Infinite's YouTube channel.
Corey Infinite's YouTube, so be on the lookout for Griffin on his channel.
Yes, sir. I'm going to definitely post that shit when it goes out.
And all that stuff.
Yeah, bro, he absolute legend.
yeah, so make sure to like this video, comment. Thank you guys for watching so far. Make sure you have a great day. Shout out to Grant for being behind the cameras, and peace.
I love you. Follow your fucking dreams.
Hey.